Live look from our tower cam over the Galleria area this morning, and we're looking at a quieter Sunday following that thunder last night. Good morning and thanks for being with us during this H-Town Rush Hour. I'm Sherman Bin Chow in for Lauren Tallarico. Let's get over to Addison Green for the Sunday forecast. We've got a nice day ahead.
Yeah, Sherman, we're talking about conditions looking better than how they looked yesterday, certainly as we went through those afternoon hours where the storm started to develop. But we got a pair of Nichols right there, 55 degrees with calm winds, and we can look and see over the past 24 hours how those storms moved on in from Austin and San Antonio, where they had some half-dollar-size hail reports. Then they made their way in towards the Houston metro area and then just continued to come through round after round, unfortunately giving us those darker skies. But going through your day today, it should be on the brighter and nicer note. Temperatures getting milder by midday, looking at around 80 degrees, and then going into the afternoon hours, we see a few clouds coming around with a nice breeze coming in onshore. So we will notice eventually a little more moisture trying to push on in, Sherman, as we make our way in towards tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Addison Green. We appreciate it. Now to the latest on the coronavirus. Here are 3 headlines for you this morning. Number 1, death toll rising over the weekend in our area. 3 more deaths reported within the city of Houston and 2 more in Harris County. Number 2, yesterday, Harris County and Houston reporting 3 new cases, bringing the total of confirmed to more than 5,600. Good news, nearly 1,600 people have recovered. We have a regional map on KHOU.com. And number 3, as for case numbers in the U.S., we are looking at nearly 940,000 infections with more than 100,000 recoveries. We are close to 3 million cases worldwide. HISD and the Houston Food Bank helping families to get meals on the table. Take a look at this massive response Air 11 captured at the food giveaway yesterday. Meanwhile, folks in Harris County preparing to mask up starting on Monday when that mandatory order goes into effect. Anayeli Ruiz shares how volunteers are working to do more giveaways today.
Well, the Houston Food Bank and HISD partnered once again for a massive food distribution. They handed out about 5,000 packages of food for families in need. That's about 500,000 pounds of food. This distribution is specifically created to accommodate Houston's working families, many of whom aren't able to visit HISD food distribution sites during the week. Along with this, several mass distribution sites were opened to help people prepare for the mandatory order that requires residents to mask up on Monday. The mayor says the mass distributions will continue as long as they receive donations.
These masks, you can only wear them for so long, a few days, and then you need to switch out. So the goal is, as people continue to donate, and most of the masks that we're giving out have been donated from people in the city, from people in our city, and quite frankly, even from places outside of our city.
And today, those distributions will continue at HTC Southeast Campus parking lot, the Cliffdale Baptist Church, Unity National Bank near TSU, and Praise Chapel in Webster, Texas. Also today, the Islamic Society of Greater Houston has organized a food distribution site set to begin at 11 a.m. So if you missed out yesterday on food and masks, you can still do so today. For more details, you can head to our website. Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
Meanwhile, the Muslim community in Sugar Land collecting donations of food and hygiene products. A steady stream of people dropping off donations at this community center this weekend. Organizers are hoping to collect 25,000 pounds of supplies.
As members of the Shia Smiley community, this is particularly important for us. It just allows us an opportunity to do our part and help the community in these difficult times and work with partners like the Fort Bend Interfaith community and others.
The East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry, Fort Bend ISD, and Helping Hands, just a few of the organizations that will benefit from this drive. And Mother Nature seems to be cooperating if you want to get out for any of those drives or giveaways. Hey, Addison, how's the weather looking?
Well, Sherman, so far we're looking at a lot of sun shining on down, especially right here in the Kemah area where we watch the sun rise over the horizon in the distance. And we can see a few scattered clouds out there offshore, but for the most part, we are noticing lots of clear skies across our northern counties, down across in Harris County, with just some scattered clouds going on down across, say, Fort Bend County and pushing southward in towards the Gulf of Mexico shoreline. Temperatures throughout the day are going to be on the rise gradually because it's a little bit on the cooler side of things this morning. I noticed a little bit of a chill in the air when I stepped out this morning going to my car on the way to the station. We have numbers rising to the 60s to 70s and eventually going up into the low 80s as we push on in towards the afternoon hours, where currently we are sitting at 55 degrees at Bush, 63 at Hobby. It's the mild spot in Galveston at 70 degrees. We've got 53 degrees in the Brenham area. And all of these numbers, yeah, are cooler by several degrees compared to how we started off the day on Saturday, where, of course, as you went through the midday hours, things got a little turbulent outside. But when you step out the door today, you should definitely have some allergy medication with you because we still have the pollen count running rather high for the trees, grasses, and weeds, and running on the moderate side of things for the mold. Now, we do have some drier air trying to push its way down across the region with high pressure pushing down across Texas and in towards Louisiana as well. But as we make our way through the next 3 days, going to go in towards tomorrow, looking at a mix of sun and clouds for Monday. Then on Tuesday, we're talking about some isolated to scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon hours. There will be a little bit more of a push of moisture in the air. And then by Wednesday's time frame, we're going to be dealing with some morning storms with a chance for that cold front to push on by during the midday hours, in which case we'll get the chance to warm up in the afternoon hours, Sherman, with temperatures getting close to 90 degrees.
See you in a minute there. Thanks, Addison. Coronavirus hitting cruise lines hard, and that makes sense considering how easily the virus can spread in close quarters. But it turns out the future of that industry might be better than expected. Stephanie Whitfield connects the dots.
Is the cruise industry poised to bounce back in 2021? Signs say yes. But why? Let's connect the dots. Travel agents and industry experts are noticing that people are getting a jump on booking cruises for next year. A report from Swiss bank UBS showed cruise bookings up 9% over the last 30 days compared to the same period last year. And that's not all. The same report showed 76% of people who had cruises canceled recently chose to take credit for a future trip over a refund. Some cruise lines are even offering up to 125% of the value of the canceled cruise, enticing travelers to set sail after the pandemic ends. A cruise industry review site also polled vacationers and found 3 in 4 plan to continue cruising plans. Experts say it's a sign of how devoted cruise fans are to these vacations. And it's good news for economies in places like Galveston, which count on the money coming in from cruises in and out of port each year. Connecting the dots, I'm Stephanie Whitfield for H-Town Rush.